Beyonce's Black is King on Disney Plus was released to the world, and it was almost a love letter to African culture. It was interesting to see the many themes that she used, the cultural references she inserted into this film, and I was interested to see that there were some Islamic influences and Arabic influences present in Beyonce's Black is King. Now, I was hoping that these references would be included because, to my knowledge, Africa and Islam have had a long history. The Africans who were brought over to America during slavery brought Islam with them, continue to practice those beliefs in secret. Some were discovered and were punished as a result. Some wrote down their words and their beliefs, and that history is present today. We see it in writings, we see it in books that were published on the subject, and it's a fascinating insight into what Africans brought over to America with them and the cultures they carried, the beliefs they held dear. I was hoping that there would be more of a reference to this in her film, but with Beyonce, it was so stylized and it was so rooted in ancient African culture that it was more about really connecting to the quote-unquote ancestors. But I'd like to look at the Islamic influences that made its way into Black is King. If you are new to the channel, please don't forget to like, share and subscribe, and click the bell so that you can be first to be notified of new content. Now let's take a look at Black is King. Beyonce can be seen wearing the crescent symbol on her clothing. And of course the crescent has its roots in Islamic history. The crescent being attached to the holy month of Ramadan, where people observe the fasting of 30 days. The crescent moon was also to appear on banners, and the crescent symbol was also connected to kings and royalty and heraldry. So the moon has a significant symbolism in Islam, and it seems that she was including this in Black is King. And the reason I also say that this is an Islamic reference is because the man she performs with in this moment is the Ghanaian rapper Shatta Wale, and he wears a chain with the word Allah written on it, which is the Arabic word for God. And the design is a prominent symbol in Islam, especially with its significant calligraphy. But the most surprising and striking part of all is something that Beyonce says in Black is King. She mentions this phrase in English, so only avid listeners would realize that this is a quote that is rooted in Islam. After presenting the elder, the king chess piece, and he begins to rise and ascend what looks like into the heavens, Beyonce says,
"To God we belong. To God we return.
To God we belong, to God we return." Avid listeners would identify this quote as originating from Islam, specifically the Quran. In chapter 2, verse 156, it says exactly the same thing. To God we belong, and to Him we return. This is the only verse it is mentioned in. And this verse has become a very common phrase amongst Muslims when they lose a loved one, or when a calamity strikes, they say this phrase. And in Arabic it would be Inna lillah wa inna ilayhi raji'un. To God we belong, and to God we return. The phrase isn't just linked to death, but the afterlife, an eternal afterlife. I think it's fascinating that Beyonce mentions this phrase in Black is King on Disney Plus. I wish that it would have been more obvious for young black Muslim men who are trying to find their way and trying to connect with their roots to know where this really came from. But I hope that this video sheds light on that, and I hope it helps guide people on their spiritual quests and their enlightenment and their seeking to understand their history and the truth. I hope you enjoyed this video, and thank you for listening. If you liked this video, please don't forget to like, share and subscribe, and click the bell so that you can be first to be notified of new content. I often talk about Arabic in popular culture, so there'll be more videos of this nature in the future. If you'd like to support this channel, you can support me on my Patreon. Did you notice this phrase or any symbolism, Arabic or Islamic, in Beyonce's Black is King? Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. Until next time, see you soon.